Hi everyone, back again, and here I have got a white Arkansas which I am flattening the top of because can't remember, what am I about to do? It's the usual story. Okay, we'll start by wiping the water off the glass. I do prefer to use a white Arkansas dry, but of course you can use it wet as well. You'll get a feel of the different effects that the water has. Right, I know what I'm doing here. The inside of the lower jaw, there's a tiny bit of halftone because you're looking through to the other side of the lower part of the jaw, the mouth. And so I've just put that in, and now I am just very gently going over some of the ridges to darken them by smoothing them out a little bit with this white Arkansas. And instantly you see what it does to the diamond work, or even the stone work. It makes it quite a lot smoother and instantly darker. And of course taking a rubber to it later will make it darker even still. There are some funny dark patches along the top of the fish, and also if I see any little edges, I would use that to just get away any rough edges where I didn't want that to be. And here I have got still the white Arkansas, a different one this time. It's a rounded shape, and I'm just pulling back from the tail, giving it a really nice blended soft finish from the outside to the inside. It's the perfect little tool for this job, the effect that I wanted. So it's not a smooth edge. You don't want to run it from one end to the other. It's not a line. It's got a little bit of texture going on, because it is slightly spiky. I'm not pressing hard, it's very, very gentle. Going up from the bottom as well as coming down from the top. Just gently blends. And all the fins, same sort of action. You can see I've got the decanter upside down because it's just more comfortable getting to the nearer edges rather than trying to lean over the whole decanter. I'm just preparing that fin a little bit more because I'm going to be adding some diamond work on it. Again, look at this instant darkness with the white Arkansas. These little gills have got a sort of a slightly ripply sort of effect. They're not a perfectly smooth curved shape. They have got a little bit of, I don't know whether to call it a ripple or not, but they are slightly irregular. And I have managed to get that at this point. We'll be working on them again later. Just adding, again going along that top. And it may look a bit odd now, but I will be adding some more shading to that later. Now, here I have grey rubber. It's a lovely soft rubber. If you haven't got a grey rubber, you need to experiment with whatever rubbers you have got. And I am literally using my hand, as you can see, not using the drill. I've just got it in my fingers, and you can see that it is giving a very soft effect along the top there. Now that you will see will be the twist of the body, the sort of sharp edge of the body. It's a very effective little tool. For subtle shading. Here I have a little greenstone. They will say the greenstone has the same tone as sandblasting. So I'm just dragging it along the top of the fish. I was probably feeling that the white Arkansas was making it a little too dark, but there's quite a lot of shading and sort of speckledy effects along the top of the fish, which I will be achieving using the various stones and diamonds. Just pressing a little bit harder now. And taking it along the whole of the top of the fish. With the salmon there are irregular little spots going on, and that's what I'm adding now with the white Arkansas. They're sort of a rounder shaped one, and it really doesn't take much effort, just gentle little splodges, and they're not perfectly round. There are some that are sort of blobbed together. That's just from the particular picture that I am using. I don't know a lot about salmon at all, so maybe there are different kinds, and maybe they have different dotty effects, but this particular picture, these are the dots that it has on it. There's a teeny tiny little fin at the back there as well, which I almost missed. Right, I've got a very, very tiny ball diamond, which I am adding some features onto this fin. And a good old rat's tail, quite worn down, which I've flattened the top of against a stone, and just sharpening these little feet textures on the fin. Back with the white Arkansas, and with a similar sort of thing to what we did on the outside fins, just gently blending. It's just a touch. Oh, and this is where I get my head in the way. I am so sorry, guys. I was just using the rubber to do a bit more rubbing by hand on the head. I thought I had cured myself of this problem. There I put in the tiny, tiny little teeth that were showing with the rat's tail. They're very, very tiny. And just a few little highlights. Now, I did put a tiny little effect in the eye, the little circle in the middle, and completely blocked my engraving out with my head again. So I'm sorry about that. But basically, the very, very middle of the eye was just a circle with a tiny diamond ball. Right, so that fin looks quite neat. A little bit more of the hand rubbing. And there is a dark area going down the middle of the fish. Right, got it turned down. It's starting to look, well, it is looking really rather nice, I think. And those little splodges of water, they're pretty effective and so simple to do. Now I have got the rubber in the drill, so now it is going to really work on shading the top of the fish, but the very top. You only want a subtle shade as it comes down, and so that it blends nicely. Now at the top of the fish, the scales were showing only very subtly, and I'm probably going to do that next. Yeah, no, I'm not. Beg your pardon. I'm going to add a few little highlights here and there with a tiny diamond ball. They have a really interesting shaped mouth. Quite nice. I like the fact you can see tiny weeny little teeth. Right, I've got a little brown rubber. I'm just adding a touch more shading around the eye there. Now, I was talking about the scale effect just now, and literally the scales are really, really tiny. And bearing in mind this fish is only about 7 centimeters wide, and the fish artwork. So these scales are teeny tiny, and it's an impression of some sort of scaly effect at the top, or the light catching a few scales at the top. That is all I'm trying to achieve here, because overall it really doesn't need more at the moment. I will be doing other fish which have far more noticeable scales, and they are quite an interesting challenge actually. And then you get something like the mirror carp, which has really great big blobby scales about its body. Most bizarre. Incidentally, the gentleman who had ordered this fish came, it was only yesterday, to pick it up and was quite delighted. This is for his son, for his 50th birthday, I think. And they obviously go salmon fishing together. Always remember to tell your whether they are customers or recipients of the glass anyway, to display it with a dark background and to not be afraid to wash it with light soapy water and dry with a soft cloth, because most people won't have a clue, and they get really worried about washing it, and they really don't know how to display it. So anyway, I think we have a completed salmon. Yeah, I think that's quite successful. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and enjoy engraving your fish. Until next time, bye bye.